When buying a property in the Canary Islands, you might be stepping into a legal minefield that has no direct equivalent in British property law. In the UK conveyancing world, a dwelling house is a straightforward residential freehold or a leasehold. However, in the Canary Islands, you might find yourself purchasing a property that looks like a villa but is legally classified as a touristic unit and situated on land for touristic use. And under the Canarian Tourism Act and the newly enacted Decree Law 2025, the mere ownership of the bricks and mortar does not automatically grant you the legal right to reside in the property. My name's Olivier Roper, a lawyer and MBA with over 15 years experience in property conveyancing. I'm also a former town hall councillor where I served in the local government as the head of business licensing and housing. So the core issue facing many buyers in today's market is the principle of unity of exploitation. So under Spanish law, if a complex is designated for tourism, the law dictates it must be managed as a single business entity. If you purchase a bungalow, a villa, or an apartment in such a complex and occupy it as a permanent residence, you are technically committing an administrative infraction. They consider that you're withdrawing the unit from the tourism market. So this can lead to significant sanctions, with fines reaching up to 30,000 euros. And it's also a common misconception that the absence of these companies, management companies, explotadoras in Spanish, eliminates the risk. While it does remove the immediate threat of a private commercial lawsuit, and it increases the chances of changing the usage, the land's underlying touristic classification remains a latent legal liability. So many vendors currently marketing properties in 2026 rely on the concept of consolidated residential use. They argue with the administration, the town hall, that because a complex is no longer competitive for tourism and has been occupied by residents for many, many years, a change of use, cambio de uso, is inevitable under the 2025 urgent measures. However, in progress is not a legal status you can rely on, and until the change of use is formally granted by the town hall and crucially inscribed in the land registry, registro de la propiedad, the property remains as a commercial asset in the eyes of the law. So this creates substantial hurdles for the informed buyer. From a mortgage standpoint, lenders will often refuse a standard residential mortgage for a touristic unit, frequently capping the LTV, the loan to value ratio, at 50 to 60%. And regarding insurance, a policy issued for a dwelling may be rendered void if the legal status is touristic accommodation, a tourist accommodation. So furthermore, while you might be able to register on the Padrón census, you will lack the license of first occupation as a residence, leaving you in a precarious state of legal limbo. So if you are presented with a contract stating the change of use is pending, it's imperative that there's a condition where you can get out of the contract. I strongly advise against signing a binding purchase contract known as arras without a robust rescission clause. So this clause must explicitly state that if the definitive municipal license for change of use is not granted and not registered within a strict time frame, typically between 6 to 12 months, the buyer should be able to retain the absolute right to rescind the contract and recover all deposits without any penalty whatsoever. So, without this protection, you are purchasing a promise, and I would say that it's not worth it. Um, Definitely, put that clause, make sure that that clause is in the purchase agreement, because the local administration is under no obligation to fulfill this change of use. And in the Canary Islands, the designated usage of the land governs your rights more strictly than any title deed itself. So, if you're looking to purchase a property in the Canary Islands in a stress-free way and secure your purchase, get in touch with us and we'll be happy to help.